So I need to set you guys on something, but I've really been wanting to vlog again. I have missed it so much, and life has been a lot different lately. I am divorced now. This is life after divorce, and I've been trying to heal from that whole situation, trying to adjust to being a single mom. I've been divorced since October, like officially divorced, but I've been separated for almost 2 years now. So we've been like living separate, I've been doing things on my own for almost 2 years now. And it has been the saddest, loneliest, darkest, sometimes fun stuff sprinkled into their journey of my life. I feel like definitely a learning thing. So if you're a single mom, or you know, divorced or whatever, going through a breakup, I don't know, this might be a good spot for you, because I'm just trying to figure out like life again, starting over. I'm basically starting from scratch, and I've had a lot of mishaps and a lot of just bumps in the road, I guess, and I just think that we should talk about it. One thing I want to talk about with divorce is the fact that like I didn't think it was gonna be as like sad and dark as it was. I know when I've seen people get divorced before, I always thought that like they wanted this, or somebody, I mean, I'm sure sometimes it's one-sided, but for the most part, I mean, it didn't just seem like that big of a deal. But for me personally, it was a mutual thing, and but when it happened, I was still extremely like depressed and like in a bad spot. Just because you're mourning like the life that you had, you're also mourning like your family. And when I would go out other places, like my kids, which I have 3 kids now, and if you guys were followers before, they were babies when you saw them. They're not babies anymore. They're 14, 12, or 10, and like it's just crazy. They're all double digits. But like, you know, doing life on your own versus when you see other people, sorry, you'll hear my kiddo back there, but when you see other families doing family things, that's when it hits you. You're like, oh shit, this is just me. So that was one thing I had to deal with, like extracurricular activities for my kids, like going to things alone like that, or just not being a family. It was a little heartbreaking. Or even like Christmas, that was so rough, and it's still a little touchy sometimes. But also just for the pure fact of how fucking hard it was to do things on my own, I'm thankful, because I can't even like work a full-time job, like a real job. My youngest daughter has autism, so I'm home with her all day, and then I go to work in the afternoons. I'm a permanent makeup artist and tattoo artist, and I also do TikTok shop, and I am so thankful that I'm able to do online stuff, that I'm able to stay home with her. So it's just, that was a really big struggle. There was a period, I feel very lucky to be able to do what I do as far as like being able to work in social media, but or affiliate marketing, whatever you want to call it. But I do feel like that I was still struggling because those paychecks are never consistent, and there was a period where they were very, very low, and I was struggling to eat. It was so bad. So just those struggles were really, I mean, I'm still struggling. Like I'm in survival mode still at this point. Like I never know, you know, what my money situation is gonna look like. I just live kind of week to week. But yeah, I think like one of the things that was really hard on me too was leaving my kid, or not having my kids. So I've always had my kids. I've always been kind of like more home with them versus, you know, my ex. And so when it went to having them every other weekend and this house being empty and like nobody here, it was a struggle. I remember the first night that we decided to do every other weekend, I made their dad bring them back here because I was just crying, emotional mess, and I couldn't handle it. But now I have a whole different outlook on it, because I feel like I have a little bit of freedom to be myself and to kind of let go of mom mode for a little bit, to recharge my batteries every other weekend, and it's nice. I also feel like just having like a separate life like really helps me get back to me and helps me get back to my personality and who I am. I think I lost myself a lot to motherhood and to who I actually was, and we all get like that, and I truly don't know if you get it back until your kids are teenagers, until they're able to kind of take care of themselves a little bit, because that's how I feel. Like I feel like, okay, you guys are good. I mean, I still obviously take care of them, but like, you know, I feel like I can be myself and be me. And that's another thing, like when I told you guys, you don't know me anymore, you don't. Like I'm a totally different person. I feel like I'm back to who I am supposed to be. I'm back to going to concerts and shows and just doing spontaneous things. I've gone on an airplane twice in the past 2 months, and I had never been on an airplane before in my life, and I've just like been saying yes to a lot of things that I wouldn't normally do. So it's been nice. Throughout my whole process of like going through separation divorce, I know like a lot of people were like, if they do that, they want to like, okay, I'm single now, I want to go out every other weekend. That's not really my case. Like I don't like go out or anything like that. I just go to like shows and things, or try to do like things for myself, and I think that is such a good thing. So like having every other weekend to do that is kind of a blessing, and also something that's really helped me get back to myself. And I think that's what this channel is just going to be about, just like single moms or moms, whatever, just trying to be yourself and be, you don't like, I feel like there's this whole stigma around like what a mom should be. And like even I did that for years, where I was like, I can't wear certain things, I can't do certain things because I'm a mom, and da 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 da. And we're just throwing that right out the window. We're not doing that. So yeah, this is gonna be a lot of me talking about just being myself and like music and things that I love. Like it's just a digital diary pretty much. But going life after divorce right now is kind of it's fine. Like I'm like I said, I still struggle with like money and stuff, but as far as like dating or anything like that goes, like I didn't do that for a really long time. I think I went on like 2 like stupid, they're not dates, but they're the closest thing to a date that I could think of. I went on like 2 dates, and I was like, this is not for me. I finally gave in and then started dating someone, and yeah, that's a whole nother thing. But as far as bringing someone into my kids' life, absolutely not. I think that, again, with the whole every other weekend thing, I think like that's my time, that's my life. My life every other weekend without them is separate from their lives. I don't need someone to come in here and play stepdaddy to my kids. I can take care of my kids why can't I talk? I can take care of my kids on my own. Plus they have amazing dads. They don't need another dad figure in their life. I don't need someone to come in and play house with me. That's not what I want to do with my dating life. So yeah, as far as dating though, that can be a whole separate thing, but I didn't do that for a while. Like I just didn't want, like I said, somebody to come in here and play stepdad. I also just didn't really want anybody to know me. Like I just never wanted to get to know anyone ever again, so that was a whole thing. But yeah, I think that I just want to do fun things on here. Like I said, it's just gonna be like a digital diary. I had to change my shirt and also get us a crispy cola, because sometimes it's not even about the cola or the drink. Sometimes it's just about the drive to get the drink. Our days, like especially for the school season right now, it's so, I feel kind of not trapped. I don't want to say trapped, but it's like we don't really have a whole lot going on during the day, because my youngest goes to school an hour a day, and then I'm home with her all day, and then I go to work in the afternoons. And so it's like one of those things where like the day kind of just drags on a little bit. We try to do something fun through the week, but sometimes there's just nothing to do. So like I said, sometimes it's just about the drive to get the cola. But So how are we like, how are we getting through all this, or how, I don't want to necessarily say that I'm through all of it. I'm still like on a journey. But I will say the kiddos keep me motivated because I want to give them the best life and I want them to have like such good experiences. Which by the way brings me to one thing that is like super weird now, is taking my kids to do things like on my own. So like before we would always do them as a family, and so now it's like, oh, we go out to eat and it's just us girls, but it's kind of cute because we're like a little girl gang, you know. But I want to take them on a vacation this year and I want to focus on my work. I'm really like driven on trying to give them experiences and really just trying to do more with them. I think that's like the goal, and how I'm kind of like, you know, healing myself a little bit too, is getting out. And so this summer, like I want to plan a vacation and I like take the girls myself and I plan everything, and it's just so, it's gonna be so weird, but something I really want to do. Another thing that's really like healed me is doing things. So like I have plans to go to Warped Tour this year, hopefully, and I'm going to Louder Than Life, and I might vlog those things. Like if you guys want to see that, I would love that. I'm going to talk a lot about music on here on this channel, so if you're into like alternative style music or whatever, we can talk about that. But yeah, I think just doing things for myself and taking that time, it really helps. And no, I am nowhere near where I need to be as far as you know, I still get into days where I'm like in a rut or like rotting most of the day, but I think we're doing better. And yeah, I just, like I said, I want to use this platform to just get on here and like talk about experiences and have girl chats and things. I do want to vlog a little bit, but I don't necessarily feel, I just kind of want it to be like a chatty space or whatever. And maybe if that's boring to some people, we'll try to do something while I'm chatting. Maybe we'll like cook or something. I don't know. I haven't cooked in so long. That's another thing that's an adjustment when it comes to like being single and like working so late, because I work till like 8 some nights. I never cook anymore, never. It was like before I was like very wife mode and wife duty, and now I just don't do anything. I barely cook, barely. And I kind of miss cooking though, which is another thing. I want to take up more hobbies right now. I am into film photography, like on an old school camera. Really into that. Just YouTube. I want YouTube to be a good like little outlet for me. And then I have a music TikTok that I post on where I just like post songs and stuff. And yeah, I think those are good hobbies, but just like more hobbies, I feel like those really help. But yeah, I think I'm gonna end this here. Let me know if you like this sit down stuff, or if you don't, then we can try to do something else. I don't know. But thank you for watching, and please subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.